Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're all having an amazing week. Currently it is Wednesday and let's get right to the charts. Starting off with Bitcoin, of course. Right now we are still hanging around above this very key level, and I believe with this structure right here that we have put in, as you can see, this bearish divergence for Bitcoin, we made a higher high and a lower high on the momentum indicator, while Bitcoin is printing a higher high on the chart. And I do believe right now we are slowly but surely going to go down to either one of my targets, those being the value area high at around 75k or all the way down to 73.2k to basically hit that weekly pivot, which has not been hit yet. Ethereum right now also potentially looking like it wants to go down. As you can see, Ethereum did not actually print a bearish divergence. You could say that this was it right here, but this is very different from the bearish divergence that Bitcoin printed, as you can see, at the highs right here. And right now we are starting to potentially drop down. During its price action, it is a little bit different. As you can see, we are still trading higher, even though we are not as bullish as we were right here. People are still bullish, which is why I am expecting that drop down to actually happen, to shake out the longs that are longing right now, and they are thinking that we are going to go even higher. Sure, we could go higher, but I don't think that it is going to happen exactly right now. We are either, as I said, going to get this drop, or Bitcoin will continue to chop right here and consolidate in a boring price action like it did before right here. So expect basically the same thing to happen, either a consolidation or a dump towards the downside. I don't think that we're going to see another explosive move towards the downside yet. We might see this once the new monthly candle opens. Basically, once September comes, I do believe that we are potentially going to see that fake out pump towards the upside to maybe around $85,000, and then we reverse once again towards the downside. Of course, not financial advice. This is my outlook for the markets. Also, the stock market is very, very slow right now. You can see basically nothing has happened in the past 5 days. We are trading between a 1% range on the S&P 500. You can see we have not seen a move greater than 0.65% in the last 5 days, which is, of course, volatility is right now at its lowest by the stock market, since we had quite the crazy run from the lows right here on the Nasdaq and on the S&P 500. We even made a newer all-time high on the S&P 500. The Nasdaq failed to make a new all-time high. The USD dominance and the dollar right now, you can see the dollar is potentially reversing towards the upside. We are still keeping this structure intact right here. So right now the question is, does the dollar continue to climb high from here, or are we going to see it flop once again towards the downside and go for these lows, and then maybe even potentially even lower? If we look at the USD dominance, you can see it just failed to sweep this level, and this means two things. We either leave it as is and reverse towards the upside, leaving everyone to be waiting for this sweep of those highs right here that we had, and we continue back towards the upside, or we flop down and we actually sweep this lower, put in a bullish divergence right here, and then we reverse towards the downside. Now, something very bearish for Bitcoin would be a structure flip, structure change basically for the USD dominance. That would mean a drop down below those levels, and we flip this level as a resistance. Then this would mean that we are actually starting to get in that bull market, of course. So with how things are looking right now, there is still a very possible chance for a bounce from here for the USD dominance, and Bitcoin will see a drop in the next coming days. But if we start seeing that structure change on the USD dominance, then of course we are going to be flipping and getting ready for that bull market, of course. But with how things are looking right now, for example, on ETH, on Bitcoin, you can see right here, I do think that with how this chart is looking, we are due for a pullback. On the 2-day, I see us going down, basically, as I said, towards the value area high and towards the weekly pivot. You can see they are pretty close to each other. So 73k could be very well the next level that we are looking at right now. On the short term, you can see open interest has been going down. The delta has been remaining to the upside, which means that this move is either going to continue or we are going to see the delta start to drop, and this is when we see that Bitcoin also starts dropping. So basically expect once we see volume come in to be the next major move. If of course this move right here does not prolong itself and we see even more choppy price action, basically go back into such a boring range, this is also possible knowing Bitcoin. But with how volatility has been coming back, I do believe that we're going to see a explosive move either way in the next days or 1 or 2 weeks. We also do have our liquidations sitting towards the downside. As you can see, down to 74k, we have lots and lots of liquidity which is waiting to be swept, and I do believe that they are going to be getting that liquidity sooner or later. We are in the extreme grid right now still, so tell me what you want, but once the sentiment is this bullish, this is a perfect opportunity to look for sells or shorts, however you want to call it. Of course, not a financial advice, but this is just my personal opinion. Once everyone is greedy, this is, and we are in basically a not broken out of a downtrend on Bitcoin, basically in the one of the last cycles of the bear market. This is when you want to be looking for shorts. I could be wrong, of course, but this is basically what you want to do. Using proper risk, you won't get wrecked, so to say. Spot ETFs, we are continuing to see bullish inflows in the spot ETFs. You can see we have not had a single spot ETF inflow below 300 million for the past basically 7 days. So this is also something to keep in mind of. Of course, this does not mean that the big institutions cannot get wrecked. Bitcoin will either way dump down to grab the liquidity. Does not matter who is buying or who is not buying. Long versus short ratio for the day. Right now we have more sellers, so sellers are coming in. This is also potentially going to give us one last push towards the upside to take out those sellers, and then we see the reversal happening. Let's see what we have for today as news. So we do have in about 2 hours the PC price index data, personal spending, income, the data for durable goods, basically how much things will cost. FOMC member will be speaking. We have some news for the crude oil, and this would be potentially giving us some volatility for the day. And Thursday, Friday we also do have some very important news that are also going to give us volatility coming into the end of the week. So be wary of that as well. And I do believe that this would cover it for today. Hope you liked the video and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.